Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. On today's episode of me talking about stuff and things, there is some breaking news. Before I continue, please check the links in the description below. Now onto the breaking news. It seems that there is a new spin-off to be added to the Naked and Afraid franchise, and that is Naked and Afraid Apocalypse. Now in this video, I'm going to be going over who I believe I saw in the trailer for this new spin-off, who I think may be partnered up because there will be 4 groups of 3. And I will be giving some description that I found on some articles online. Now onto the Survivalists who I think will be on the season based off of the trailer. I think that Stephen Lee Hall Jr., Frank, Alexa, Wes, Stephen Kelly, Joe, Amber, Miranda, Teal, and Russell are confirmed for the season. And there will be 2 others who we have not seen yet. I think I may have an idea of one, but who knows, I'm probably wrong. But here is some descriptions I found on some articles. You thought just being naked and afraid was tough. Try being naked and afraid in a scorched apocalyptic wasteland. That's the premise of Discovery Channel's Naked and Afraid Apocalypse, which premieres on Sunday, July 27th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time as part of the Cabler's summer slate of new and returning originals. Discovery is making a big push with the week of premieres as it hopes to capitalize on the 37th annual Shark Week event, which begins the previous Sunday, July 20th. Now on to the main description. Naked and Afraid Apocalypse. New series premieres Sunday, July 27th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time / Pacific Time. For the first time ever, 12 battle-tested survivalists take on a scorched apocalyptic wasteland where they must scavenge ruins to survive in the all-new series Naked and Afraid Apocalypse. In locations long abandoned by humans, the survivalists face the franchise's toughest challenge yet as they endure extreme heat and drought, as well as unpredictable lions, elephants, black mamas, and more without food, water, and clothing. 4 teams are dropped into forgotten corners of South Africa, spanning a ghost town, a vehicle junkyard, a cemetery, and even a mine shaft, where they must scavenge wreckage for resources. In a franchise first, survivalists will not be extracted but must escape this wasteland and find their way back to civilization at the end of their challenge. All the while, they must also battle relentless threats from apex predators, endure punishing heat, and navigate constant dangers from rusted metal and broken glass. Now, I'm excited to see what happens because I'm interested to see the survivalists return and see how everything goes. I believe Stephen Lee Hall Jr., Frank, and Alexa will be one of the trios because there's a behind-the-scenes photo where the 3 of them are taking apart a car, so it seems they will be in the vehicle junkyard. I think Wes and Stephen Kelly will be 2 members of a trio because there's a point where we see Stephen and Wes, I believe Stephen and Wes, standing next to each other before Stephen accidentally cuts himself. And I believe Joe and Amber will be 2 members of a trio because there's a point where I believe Joe kicks down a brick wall and we see Amber on the other side, but that could just be a misdirect. But I think they may end up in the ghost town together. And then we have Miranda, Teal, and Russell, who I don't exactly know where they are or who the other members of their trios are. And there are still 2 more individuals who we have no idea who they are. I think I have an idea of one, but not the other. And it'll be great to see Stephen Lee Hall Jr. back. If this challenge is, I believe, 28 plus days, he'll be the first survivalist to make 300 plus days, so that's cool. I know individuals are excited for Frank, and then some individuals may not recognize who Joe is, but he was on the Beauty and the Beasties episode with Candace, who unfortunately tapped on that challenge and then went on to Castaways and unfortunately tapped during that. And Joe didn't seem to find any food throughout his challenge, but he was able to make it 21 days, so that's really good for him. I'm wondering if Miranda and Steven groups will merge at some point because Miranda on her episode on poison control talked about how she was mentored by Stephen Lee Hall Jr. And the only time we really see Russell during the trailer is him struggling, so I'm very worried about him. And hopefully people are nice to him because people weren't very nice to him after what he did on XL3 and tapping and leaving Chance out there by himself. And I'm excited for Teal because she is a good survivalist, and I'm excited to see her back because she hasn't been seen since the Loaded for Bear episode, which was season 9. And then Amber, I'm sure a lot of people are worried about because she has tapped quite a few times, but she was medically tapped each time. So I wonder if she'll be medically tapped this time or if she'll make it through the end. We shall see what happens. And then Stephen Kelly, his wife attempted a challenge on season 18, but she unfortunately had to tap due to mental health reasons. And Stephen Kelly, it'll be great to hear his accent. If Malou and I do a podcast about this, I'll probably try to do a British accent. Maybe not Stephen Kelly's accent exactly, but I'll just try to do a British one because I like accents. And doing Jamie's accent during the Last One Standing Season 3 podcast was really fun for me because I'm told I have a great accent. And then Alexa, I think she was born in New Zealand and then lived in Australia, but I'm still going to try to attempt a Australian accent, but we shall see. And also, a lot of individuals are thinking that Joe at the end, where he's screaming at the camera, was EJ, but Joe has a tattoo on his arm. I don't think EJ has any tattoos on his arm, so that's Joe, everyone. But it'll be interesting to see. I can't wait to see who the other two survivalists are. I also kind of wonder what kind of backstory this season is going to have with the apocalypse theme, or if that'll play a lot into it, or if that's just a name and they're just dropping them off in these specific locations. I also wonder if there are going to be maybe arbitrary migrations that need to happen, like, oh no, the zombies are going to get us if we don't move to this location by this time, or if there's going to be merges at all, but we don't even know the number of days. At least I haven't seen anything about the number of days. I wonder if it's going to be 40, more than 40, less than 40, but I guess we'll find out soon. But we'll see what happens. And I can't wait to learn more. But thank you all so much for listening. Please like, comment nice things, and subscribe. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Okay, bye-bye now. Bye-bye.